Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this in the world. I hope you guys are doing okay. So to say that Mortal Kombat is in a tough spot right now would be an understatement. The game's been in turmoil since its release, and as a consequence, so has the community. That is no more true today, as we have been hit by rumor after rumor that the third Kombat pack has been cancelled, and whilst they are only rumors and absolutely nothing has been confirmed, it's safe to say that this is even more negative press for a game that really doesn't need it right now. This news has sent people into so much turmoil that they can't even decide whether the game's dead, not dead, seriously dead, not saved, saved, or most likely okay. It's been a tough week. Some people are even so confused due to the overload of unconfirmed reports on Mortal Kombat 1 that they're just making random nonsensical videos about a 2023 fighting game not being nominated at a 2024 gaming show.
If you type in like Mortal Kombat, nothing comes up. It's not even given a nomination. Like just for nothing.
With that being said, whether Mortal Kombat is dead or not, it's fair to say that things aren't great right now. And this may be the lowest Mortal Kombat has been in a very long time, at least in the modern era. So what could Mortal Kombat do to salvage its reputation and move away from the image that Mortal Kombat 1 has created? Well, I have two ideas, as the video title suggests. Although Tekken and Street Fighter have both faced some negative backlash from their communities, it would be accurate in saying that they're both doing miles better than Mortal Kombat 1. And with the advent of guest characters in fighting games and the Game Awards just around the corner, if I was NRS, I would look to outsource some of my most popular characters to franchises that could help change their perception. Originally, we assumed that the Tekken developers would be showing off the brand new Tekken 8 character this weekend at the Tekken World Tour, but we've now been told that this won't be happening. That really just leaves the Game Awards, and the Game Awards could be the perfect place to recreate some magic from a couple of years ago. If you remember, in 2018, the best sports game was about to be awarded when Scorpion's spear crashed through the screen and we were treated to a fight between Scorpion and Raiden, which would bring about Mortal Kombat 11. Needless to say, this created an immense amount of hype around Mortal Kombat and had everyone wondering what was next. Well, this year, all signs would point to Tekken 8 winning Best Fighting Game. It doesn't really have competition, and the closest thing to it is Sparking Zero, which I personally don't think will beat Tekken. So what if, whilst they are accepting their award for the Best Fighting Game, you hear Scorpion's iconic "Get Over Here" and once again the spear comes through the screen, interrupting Harada and the Tekken team, which will transition into a showcase of Scorpion invading the Tekken universe. Personally speaking, I think that will send the internet into meltdown and the people in attendance clapping and cheering like crazy. However, if this is to become a reality, a couple of things need to be made clear. This needs to be Hanzo Hasashi, because that's the Scorpion that people resonate with, the one we grew up with, and the original aesthetic of Scorpion needs to be restored. This is to further distance this Scorpion from the one we have right now, which we can all admit is severely lacking in source, and of course to get people used to the original. For those of you that weren't aware of Mortal Kombat before Mortal Kombat 1, you may not be aware of how cool Scorpion was before they repurposed him. Street Fighter 6 has already announced its character pack. There's two more characters left, Mai and Eleanor. Personally speaking, the most hyped characters of Street Fighter's character pack have already been released, and whilst I believe people are really going to appreciate what Mai brings to the table, I think Street Fighter is going to look to really bring back the hype with their third character pack. This is where you drop Sub-Zero into the fold. Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter crossing over has been spoken about for eons, so now you drop Bihan into Street Fighter as one of the four characters for the game, effectively creating a link between King of Fighters, Tekken, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. I have no doubt that Capcom developers will be able to create a fun and expansive moveset for Sub-Zero, and with both of Mortal Kombat's most iconic characters in two of the most iconic games of their respective subgenres, this could help Mortal Kombat's reputation and also intrigue players who have never touched the series before. Also, side note, even though it's winter and Sub-Zero would make more sense at this time of the year for Tekken, I just think Sub-Zero's Ice Ball would work better in a game and a series that has a lot more experience handling projectiles, whereas Scorpion hasn't really used his fireball too much historically in Mortal Kombat. So not having it present in Tekken wouldn't be a big deal. His spear should only really be limited to combo extensions rather than yanking somebody from across the screen in the neutral, because that could get super annoying and we don't need more annoying stuff in Tekken. So with both Scorpion and Sub-Zero in Tekken and Street Fighter, you completely stop acknowledging the existence of Mortal Kombat 1 and refocus your efforts efforts on the rivalry between Hanzo Hasashi and Bihan to help build hype to a new Mortal Kombat game that centers around the more established stories that we've all come to know and love. Mortal Kombat essentially becomes what Dragon Ball GT is to Dragon Ball. Even though I love Dragon Ball GT, but I'm a fanboy, I make no apologies or excuses, but it would become what GT is to Dragon Ball and fade away into the distance slowly along with all of the negative stigma around it. Now obviously this is fantasy booking, but fighting game developers seem to be getting along a lot more these days, so it would be nice to see these huge crossovers, and as I said, it only really served to elevate Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat players who may have wanted to try Tekken and Street Fighter might actually decide to jump in, much like Street Fighter players did with Akuma when he was introduced to Tekken. And Street Fighter players may become attached to Sub-Zero and want to come over to Mortal Kombat whenever it returns. Mortal Kombat has such a rich legacy, full of iconic and memorable characters, that it is honestly disappointing to see where things are right now. But there is always hope, and I have no doubt that we will one day see Mortal Kombat in a healthy and thriving state. Ultimately, the fighting game bubble and gaming in general is always better off when these legendary franchises are in a good state. Nobody really wants them to be down bad. Now, is this far-fetched? Of course. Warner Brothers playing ball on this seems like we're asking for too much, but a man can dream. Imagine Akuma returns in Tekken as well, and then you have Terry over in Street Fighter. It would be absolute madness. You could have Mai versus Sub-Zero in the grand finals of Street Fighter 6 at EVO. What a timeline to be a part of. The damage that Mortal Kombat 1 has done to the Mortal Kombat franchise is unlike anything that I could have imagined. Now, there are still people out there that do enjoy it, and the game has been getting better over time, and if you have just gone out and purchased the game, or if you're still enjoying it, then more power to you. That is your money, and my opinion should not put you off playing the game, and that goes for anybody else. And honestly, if you're having fun on the game, I am happy for you. I don't like the idea of people wasting their money. But objectively speaking, Mortal Kombat is not in a good place, both from a reputation standpoint and just general design and direction of the series. It seems very often something is lacking. Now, Tekken, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat have always been seen as the big three. They've always been the most dominating fighting games, excluding Super Smash Bros, of course, and it would be nice to have that all restored to how it used to be. As I said, nobody wants Mortal Kombat to be doing poorly. I certainly don't want Mortal Kombat to be doing poorly. Now, I have to speak about it honestly, as much as I might not like it. And although there are people out there that enjoy this game, obviously, if you go on Steam, there are still about 1,000 to 2,000 people playing it. So there are people that still enjoy it. There are people that still turn it on. And on the console side, it's probably bigger numbers because more people play Mortal Kombat on console. And the numbers are not going to be huge, but people still enjoy it. So as I said, if you do, don't worry about videos like this. This is more for the people that want to see Mortal Kombat restored to the global juggernaut that it used to be. And honestly speaking, if you put Scorpion over in Tekken and Sub-Zero over in Street Fighter, you focus in on the original designs of these characters, you make them super fun to play in these games, I can only imagine that when they announce a new Mortal Kombat game and there's a relationship with Tekken and Street Fighter, the possibilities are endless. But this is just more speculation leading up to the Game Awards. We know we're going to see something special there, whether it's for fighting games or not, and I'm very excited to see what the trailers have in store for us. So you guys let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. Do you think I'm just chatting a whole bunch of hoo-ha, or do you think it's a good suggestion? I'd love to hear from you. Anyways guys, I'll catch you very soon. Take care and peace.